The main differences about the rig are the way the lure floats in the water. When you're pulling this, your line is going to be running from this point, and your line is also going to be running from this point right here on the split ring. So as you can see here, we have two forms of Tokyo rigs. Tokyo rig is a fantastic rig in theory, and maybe even more so when fishing it. But there's also a similar rig called the Jika Rig, as you can see here on these bottom two rigs, that can basically accomplish the same thing, or can it? I made both of these two Tokyo rigs that you see up top using simple paper clips, and I will show you that process at the end of the video if you are interested in learning how to make your own Tokyo rigs. I have tested them in the pool. They do work very great. This is a pre-made Jika Rig right here, bought from the store, and this is a homemade Jika Rig. It's just simply an egg drop shot weight with a split ring and a hook. I have a couple creature baits and a little ribbed soft plastic, as you can see there. So the main thing, let me get some of these rigs out of the way. We'll keep two of these out here. The main differences about the rig are the way the lure floats in the water. When you're pulling this, your line is going to be running from this point, and your line is also going to be running from this point right here on the split ring. So wherever your line is, that's where your lure is going to be. That's where your weight's going to be. That's where your hook's going to be. However, over here, your line's going to be right here, and your lure's going to be right here. Your weight's going to be down here. So there's going to be a whole different action on your lure. And I actually really like the action, because when you're running this lure through the water, it's going like this. Just like that. Whereas if you're running this lure through the water, it's going like this. So there's not much separation there from the weight and the hook. Whereas on the Tokyo rig, you have plenty of separation from the weight and the hook, which makes the lure act more natural. So the parts of the Tokyo rig are very simple. You have your swivel, your barrel swivel, and then you use a split ring to attach your barrel swivel to it. Then on that same split ring, you have your hook coming off, and on that same split ring, you have your Tokyo rig, which is this long straight part. And again, this is just made out of a simple paper clip. Now over here, on the homemade rig, on the homemade Jika Rig, again, we have our weight, which in this case is just a simple lead egg sinker tied to a split ring, and then on that split ring we have a hook, and then on the hook we have our creature bait. Now in comparison to this Jika Rig has a lot more moving parts, a lot more metal. As you can see, here we have the barrel swivel, so there's a lot more separation between this lure. There's a lot more separation from the lure and the weight on this version of this Jika Rig. This can almost be considered a modified Jika Rig, Tokyo rig almost. But for the sake of the video, we're going to say that both of these are Jika rigs, and you could obviously see the difference. This one has a benefit in my opinion because there's more separation between the weight and the bait. Now on this version of the Tokyo rig, we left the hook open and exposed. If you're not fishing really weedy areas, this is a great option to use. We use this kale-shaped hook just to show the bend in the hook. Obviously, you want to use an EWG hook or a worm hook, or the proper hook for whichever application you're using. We have a brass sinker on this one, another swivel, barrel swivel, and then our paper clip. So here's all of the versions again. There's the complete lineup right there. I just made these two Probably took me 5 minutes each, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you that demonstration right now. Okay, so that's gonna do it. Again, we have the Jika Rig right here, and we have both of our Tokyo rigs. Simple setup. I really like the action. Here's a little bit of underwater footage of it. Thank you for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it and learned something, please hit that subscribe button, like us, and comment what your favorite part of the video was.